So the question is, how do we as leaders, how will we, in this fast-forward future, how will we navigate across with conscious leadership to manifest our vision? Well, Steve Jobs had an answer. And he says, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. So we can either be reactive, or we can be proactive. And in being proactive, ultimately learning how we can learn to lead well from within so we can lead others well externally. And so what I'd love to do in thinking about how are we all going to lead the future, I want to invite you actually to co-create this next part of the presentation with me, if we can work together on this. And that is, I want you to think of the qualities of the most inspiring leaders that you have ever encountered. Think of those qualities, and we'll collect those qualities in a moment. Because as we collect them, we can look at how do we then best internalize those qualities to match them in our worlds, in the work that we want to do. Before we do that, actually, you know what? I'm going to invite you to connect with each other on this as well. So have a couple of minutes, just turn to your partner and just share what those qualities are. So let's just capture what some of those qualities are. So this over here, what we're looking at is, we're looking over here at the qualities of high-performance leadership or conscious leadership. So what are some of those qualities? Authenticity, beautiful. Humble, beautiful. Passion, authentic, times two. Considerate, beautiful, thank you. Wise. Innovative. Creative. Courageous. Fierce. I love it. Fearless. Okay. I'm thinking about wellness warrior somehow when you brought it out. Is it okay? Beautiful. Love. Ability to tap into love. Ability to tap into compassion. Clear vision. Visionary. I'm thinking about Susie actually when you mentioned that as well. Empathy. Absolutely. Sense of adventure. Awesome. All of this is a grand adventure. Sense of ownership and responsibility. How are we doing, Krista? Awesome. Honest. Integrity. Selfless. Okay, so we could go on. The themes that are coming up. So when you look at this list, who are these leaders in service of? Yeah, who are they in service of? They're in service of other people and certain... And so, well, we're going to come back to that as well, to some degree, but they're fundamentally in service of something larger than themselves. Right? Servant leaders. That's the essence of conscious, high-performance leaders. Now let's play in the other direction. Okay, think about a leader who has tormented you or tortured you. Maybe this comes easy. What are those qualities of low-performance leadership? Self-serving. We're going to come back to that. Drama. Everything is emotionally labor. It's just off the wall. Ego. It's driven fundamentally by ego as opposed to by higher self, right? Full of fear. They're coming from the fear-based place. Narcissistic. Selfish. Okay? No, so narcissistic, Napoleonic. This seems to be a lot easier for you on this stuff. Abrasive. Small-minded, as opposed to broad-minded. Self-centered. Okay, so that's a great list over here. Greedy. So it's about them. Who are these leaders fundamentally in service of? Themselves. And these are leaders that are fundamentally in service of something greater than themselves. Others. So life in total. So we have this grand polarity. Actually, interesting enough, IBM did a study in 2010 and asked the question of 1,500 leaders in face-to-face interviews, what is the one quality that would be most important to navigate this uncertain world? What do you think that quality was that came out of 1,500 interviews with leading CEOs? Malleability? Flexibility? Collaboration? The number one quality that came up in those surveys, interesting enough, was creativity. If you look at high-performance leadership, this embodies a creative mindset. This all embodies a creative mindset. This board over here embodies a reactive mindset. So I'm going to ask you the question. How many of you, honestly, can relate to both boards? Sometimes, thank you, sometimes even on the same day, right? We oscillate between these two on a daily basis. And there's a reason for that. The reason why we oscillate between these two boards is that both qualities of leadership exist within our brains. They map to very specific brain region that we oscillate between throughout our day. And when you look at that, you begin to see how the low performance leadership state maps into the survival parts of our brain manifesting in these qualities, and our ability to tap into our higher circuits manifest in these qualities. So let me just give you a very quick primer on the brain.